What's good, fam? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nyca, and with Function Friday, the early edition. Yep, yeah, I'm releasing it early today because I will work all day tomorrow. I won't get home until late, and at the very least, I will have to hurry up and do a spreaker because I'm gonna get on the road tomorrow night. I gotta go out of town for uh Friday. I'm gonna be gone Friday night, Saturday, and I'll return Sunday night. So I'm trying to make sure I give y'all everything I'm due. Y'all, Spreaker will be used for Love After Lockup. I ain't gonna feel guilty about it because, child, if you haven't checked, I have already uploaded on the channel today Black Ink Crew Chicago as well as the Have and Have Nots. And now I'm giving you day 17 of Jumpstart January using the Have and Have. Using Fuck Shit Friday, child. I was gonna say the Have and Have Nots. No, ma'am. So, we're going to do a little shit talking and spit talking. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you decided to click on the subscribe button. I appreciate that. I hope you hit your notification bell button so that each and every time I do a pre-recorded video or go live from this channel, you will be notified and you can come over and join in the festivities with everybody else and me, okay? Welcome. Let me see if anything else I need to say. I already explained that you're getting this early because tomorrow I'm not going to have time to do a pre-recorded video, and I wanted to be on camera with you guys when I did these videos today. I don't always be able to get on camera, but bitch, as many times as I can, I'm going to do it, okay? Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, every week that I'm able to, I like to come down at the end of the week and talk about any subjects that has been at the top of the entertainment blogs. Sometimes I'll sprinkle a little bit of sports into there. Sometimes I'll sprinkle a little politics into there. And speaking of politics, did y'all see that shit that Trump pulled on Nancy Pelosi today? Knowing that this woman in her caravan was about to go on some type of foreign mission to meet up with some people, and one of the places is a war-torn territory, and because she kind of admonished him about having, having a State of the Union address because it is federal employees who do provide, services for his State of the Union addresses, and they not getting paid. So she kind of mentioned that he don't need to be doing that. And instead of him saying something to her directly, then his petty ass wait till this woman in her caravan are packed and ready for the van to escort them to the airport to be put on they ride I guess the military planes or whatever, or Air Force One. I don't know what the fuck they do, but whatever they was getting on, honey, he stopped it and he had all rights to do so. But ain't that some petty shit? You stopped this woman from going to wherever she was trying to go to, cross that water to do her job because you're upset about her making the comment that your State of the Union address can wait since the government is on a shutdown. Now, I also saw the other side of that coin. It's going to take her as well as him and what's the, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. I forgot the other man's name. They are the ones that are going to be able to sit down, or going to be having to, or going to have to sit down and have a out and out discussion and come to an agreement that could open back up the federal government. I am not understanding why we have such a petty Betty sitting in the White House. Everybody that voted for him, how y'all feel today? I would love to know. Trump is slowly tearing this country down fiber by fiber. If we don't hurry up, I hope 2019 run through as fast as 2018 did, because we got to get rid of him, y'all. We got to get rid of him. I have faith in Robert Mueller, but then I don't have faith in him. Child, he got to go. He got to go. If you believe at this point that this man don't have a hidden agenda and maybe some ties with Russia that he ain't telling us about, you better think clearly. And you need to really do your research. Get your ass over on MSNBC or CNN and get you some education. Or hop on over there to Beautiful Soul Speaks and get some of them data files into your spirit. I promise you it'll change your perspective. And once you listen to the way she eloquently breaks down this political climate that we're living in, I'm telling you, it will change how you look at things. I know a lot of y'all may be watching me and saying to yourself, well, hell, I don't really give a damn. My vote don't count. I used to be that same girl. I used to be that very same girl until I started listening to this woman, and then I started paying attention to what was going on. See, I thirst for knowledge daily, and she was the vessel God sent to make me start opening my eyes to the fact that I do have a voice and my vote does count. I feel like if you don't participate in the government rituals of going to the polls and voting and getting to know your area representatives and who is governing this country and speaking on your behalf, then you don't have a right to have a voice to complain about anything. So I hope, if nothing more, out of the presidency of Donald Trump, we learn to be more mindful of what's going on in our government today and how important each and every one of us play a part in making America quote unquote great. I have never seen a president so damn petty. Now, it's okay for me to be petty because, bitch, I'm on YouTube. You are the representative of the free world. And you petty as hell. You making thousands upon thousands of American citizens not be able to meet their bill payments, their mortgage payments, their car payments. You putting them in a pickle simply because you're having a temper tantrum. See, this ain't like when you used to be a little boy and you threw a fit and your daddy fixed it for you. That ain't how this works. That's not how any of this works. And y'all thinking that this government shutdown ain't going to affect you? Yes, the hell it will. For those of you who may be on food stamps, it's going to affect you. For those of you who are on federal assisted housing, it's going to affect you. Those of you who have little bitty babies and you get the WIC, that it's affecting you. So be mindful, y'all. I cannot stress enough how important it is to know what's going on in the government that governs your life every day. This affects you. And I used to be so ignorant, and I'm not ashamed to say it because, see, it was out of my ignorance that someone came along that kind of educated me and made me look at things and actually use the brain. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Don't waste your brain. Find out who represent you. And let's get down to the polls and make these votes. Just like we showed up and showed out at the midterm, let's show up and show out to get his ass up out of here. If Mueller don't manage to do it before then, I hope he do. I gotta hurry up because it's a school right there, and baby, they are over there having after school band practice right there. And I'm right in the back. So if y'all hear them drums and shit, please overlook it. It's nothing I can do about it at this point because I'm 8 minutes in, and I'll be damned if I start again. Now, before we get into the topics, let's say happy birthday and rest in peace continually to Aaliyah, who would have turned 40 years old this week. It's still hard to believe that girl is gone, y'all. It really is. It's still hard to believe Aaliyah is not with us no more. And I guess with this R. Kelly docu-series, Surviving R. Kelly bullshit, y'all, child, I just hate that she was even brought into that shit. I really do. I have so many mixed emotions about all of that. If y'all check my community wall, it was a guy called the Black Dot, Urban X. I put his video up on my community wall. He gave the best, to me, conversation piece you could have following watching that docu-series. I shared his sentiments in that video, and I put it up for you guys to watch. Now, I say I'm going to still be listening to R. Kelly. A lot of people would have been really, I don't want you to be deterred and think that he just saying he victim shaming or turning a blind eye. He's actually making you look at yourself. Because for most of us around my age, girl, we heard the rumors. But R. Kelly, for many, gave us the soundtrack of our lives, at least the best parts of it. He damn sure did for me, because, bitch, if I could go back to the 90s, ooh, girl, I was still sexy in the 90s. You hear me? But anyway, check that out on my community wall and give his video a listen. If you like what you hear, subscribe, because he gives that kind of commentary all the time. And I recently found him, and I absolutely love him because he looks at things and he's not ashamed to say what it is, even when it may not be the popular opinion. And see, that's what I would like to move more toward. I am aware that, certain people, certain subscribers be wanting you to say certain things, and you don't want to come and tear your platform up. But at the same time, I'm a person that believes in speaking my truth, even if my truth is not the popular opinion. I have stood alone before, and I will gladly stand alone again on any subject that I feel that I need to. That's just how I feel about it. But anyway, moving along, I found out today via the Shade Room that Rihanna is suing her dad for a talent company he started in 2017 called Fenty Entertainment, and he's basically profiting off the brand name. She's alleging her father and his business partner are falsely advertising as her reps to solicit millions. They are allegedly They allegedly tried to book her for 15 shows in Latin America without her consent back in December 2018 or 2017, I think. She did a cease and desist letter several times, but he refused to grant her request and continued to capitalize off the likeness of her brand. Now, I feel like Brianna did it wrong. If she has trademarked that and that is a part of her corporation, her trademark corporation, then you should not be using it. I know Fenty may be your last name, Ronald, but your daughter trademarked that, and it's synonymous with her brand, not yours. So you shouldn't be capitalizing off of her name without her permission. And if she does not want to be a part of this, then you should honor your daughter's wishes and remove the name, change the name to something else. This to me just is another example of how the love, not money. People always say money is the root of all evil. No, the hell it ain't. It's the love of it. The love of it to make family do dirty, gutter snipe type shit to you, and that's proof of it right there. Okay, so I hope she gets whatever she needs to get done to make sure that he stops that, because if she's not agreeing to this and she trademarked it, it's hers. He's wrong. Let's take his ass to court. Sadly enough, money will make families fall apart, but it is what it is. Rapper Mystical may soon be able to reach a $3 million bail that has had him sitting in jail since 2017 for first-degree rape and second-degree kidnapping. His attorney told Shade Room a new record deal is what can really help him reach the goal. The deal is for 3 unreleased albums that would come with an advance within days. So hopefully by the end of next week he will be out and able to fight his. I'm gonna tell you something. It's easier to fight a case outside the jail than trying to fight it on the inside. I don't have a heaven or a hell to put Mystical in. He is a awesome rapper. I have had my moments with him where we done had us a good old kiki. We done had us a good old couple of shots of drinks and things like that. He's never been disrespectful in my presence. However, I cannot say that the lady who is claiming that she was kidnapped and raped is lying. I don't victim shame on this channel, so I just say that I hope he's able to get out so he can fight his case from free ground. And if he's found to be guilty of what he's being alleged of, then he needs to take his ass back to jail like he did before. Moving right along. Travis Scott agreed to perform along with Maroon 5 at this coming Super Bowl only if the NFL donated to charity. Travis made a $500,000 donation in partnership with the NFL to a social justice accelerator called Dream Corps, an organization started by Van Jones. Now see, that's a young man with his head on straight. I'm with that. I like that. I like that. Moving right along, you all, Missy Elliott made history as the first female rapper inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Other inductees include Dallas Austin, Tom T, John Prine, Jack Timpson, and Yusuf Cat Stevens. And I would just like to say congratulations to Missy Elliott, because she's the third rapper. The first two were Jay-Z and Jermaine Dupri, but she's the first female, and you better do it, Missy. I've always thought Missy Elliott was underrated. She is so good at what she does. Her videos alone will captivate you. And she has done a lot, and she do not get the credit that I feel she deserves. But in this sense, they did it right. They came through. They did that, and I appreciate that. So congratulations again to Missy Elliott for doing the damn thing. Hazel E. Former Love and Hip Hop Hollywood star Hazel E., affectionately coined Hazel Beak by me during my reviews, was stopped at a airport recently and served papers to appear in court on behalf of ex-boyfriend Cat Williams. It became public knowledge because when she was served, she posted to her IG story. This is what she said: "Get off the plane in the airport. Get served by the police for some shit with Cat. I'm still in the airport. Police just served me. That's some bullshit. Guess I'm going to testify like a bitch in court." Nobody would have ever known that if her ass when to put it on her IG story, because Hazel Beak just does not do it for me. Hazel seemed like to me, if she would just be herself and stop trying to get the affections and approval of others, she would be a very interesting female. And she may even still be on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, but she is, I guess she couldn't handle the pressure of being ragged on, because her first season, you know, she looked tattered and torn. And what his name, Jay Bird, Young Bird, whatever that bird name is, he was messing with her, but really playing with her emotions. She was just a, you know, when I feel like a late night, early morning type of situation. And I think that she received such negativity and felt so bad about her aesthetics and her work that she built this persona, then did all this unnecessary plastic work and everything to herself. I always say I don't have a problem with a woman that do enhancements to herself if that's what she wants to do, but do it because of you. Why y'all think the Gaps ain't gone yet? I'm gonna tell the story of the Gaps over on Patreon. I probably do that tomorrow. Put a video up over there. So if you have not joined that Patreon for $1 a month, child, you get exclusive content over there. And I will start putting stuff over there. If not this weekend, Monday will start being uploads over there. I will share things over there that I won't share here. But I'm going to tell you this right here. I'll share it here. You better learn to love the skin you in. Any imperfections that you may have ain't nothing but your identifying flaw, your unique identifying flaw. Don't be mad about that. I don't want to look at the motherfuckers that look like them IG hoes all day. I want to see some variety. I want to see a not so big, not so slim and built up man that looks nice, carry himself well, got good credit and a good job and a car and a house. I want to see that. I don't want everybody to be like the people I see on TV. Our individuality, our uniqueness is what makes us so beautiful to me. We come, especially us melanated people, we come in all kinds of shapes, sizes, and colors. And until you can truly look in that mirror and love what you see back, even when you ain't got the makeup or the wig on, or you ain't got the waist trainer on, then girl, you struggling. And you need to find your happy place. People have tried to tear me down my whole life. My mama, I ain't gonna tell the story here because I gotta tell it over there. But I'm gonna tell you something. My mama tried to make me close my gaps before she died. Remember, I told you she died when I was 13. The motherfucker's still here. And until the day that I find that I can no longer feel good about me when I smile and when I motherfucking talk to people, the gap's gonna stay. When I get to a point I can't take it no more, or I feel like I'm not happy with who I am, I'm gonna change it. But baby, I'm here to tell you, these gaps ain't never stopped me from getting no man. It ain't stopped me from being a mother. It ain't stopped me from being a wife. It ain't stopped me from being a good friend. It ain't stopped me from doing a damn thing. It ain't stopped my advancement in this world of business. They didn't give a damn about that when I went to apply for school. They didn't care nothing about that. It's us who give us such a hard time. Everybody ain't attractive to everybody. But don't let what the world say about you tear you apart. Be okay with you. That's Hazel's problem. Nobody ever told her she was beautiful. She never believed that. My daddy told me when I was, my stepdad now 5 years old, he set me on the left and said, let me tell you something. I don't care what the world say to you. I want you to know that you are my beautiful baby. And can't nobody ever tell you that you ain't beautiful. He started that shit in my sister here when we were 5 years old. Why you can't tell me shit now? Now, world people might say, ooh, gator crop. People might say all kinds of stuff. You think I give a fuck? Bitch, that's why I'm on camera today, because I want the world to know yet again, I don't give a damn. It's not what you call me that counts. It's what I answer to. And how you feel about me ain't got shit to do with me. So I'm not going to let what people say alter how I think in my head about me. Hazel need to get that same type of love for herself. I'm telling you, baby, self-love is the best love. Moving right along. Y'all know Candy Burris is set to go on Celebrity Big Brother along with Tamar Braxton's, right? Well, the people over at Bravo ain't feeling it. See, they don't mind the row of women going off and doing their own thing. But when it coincides with a show that's going to be on at the same time as Raw, they got a problem with it. Now, some are speculating that it could cause Candy her peach. What y'all think? Let me know down below. Pastor John Gray was back in the headlines after the Lambo truck, and this time for cheating and possibly impregnating the side chick. During a recent sermon at his church, Relentless Church in Greenville, South Carolina, he seemingly confessed to stepping out on his marriage, and he did it in the pulpit with his wife right by his side. He admitted how over the last 2 years, he and his wife were headed toward divorce. Even though they kept a happy family front, they were not on one accord. Well, the First Lady is defending her husband, who we heard recently was having suicidal thoughts, and he had to rely upon the teachings and the prayers of Bishop T.D. Jakes, I'm sure, along with all of his fans all over the world that know of him. This is how... That's why I tell y'all, don't put these people on no pedestal. My spirit rejected John Gray when I was watching him on the OWN network. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it was something about him that just wasn't right. It was too perfect. You always got to question when a situation is too perfect. That means something ain't right. Okay? Something wasn't right in my spirit about him. And it wasn't the Lambo truck. I wasn't even on the bandwagon, and I didn't come in here and really do too much talking about it. If I talked about it at all, I can't remember right now. But it was not the fact that he bought that Lambo truck, because I really believe he bought that out of his own money. But something wasn't right, and see, there you go. Look at God. Put it right in my face. Stop putting these preachers on pedestals. They ain't no more than human, just like you. I tell people in my life every day, they look at me in the transformation and they be like, well, Nyca, you know, they try to put me on a pedestal. Don't put me on no damn pedestal, because I'm a failure every time. I'm human. Now, I ain't going to steal from you, bitch. I ain't going to steal from you. I'm going to always smell good, because I keep too many motherfucking perfumes up here for me to ever be a funky bitch. And I may not always have the right answer for your situation. So don't put me on no pedestal, because I ain't no better than you. You ain't no better than me. It's the only difference between me and you is I may have lived a little bit longer and got a couple of more gems out of this thing. You know, we call them wisdoms. But I might have that, and I can give that to you. But I don't ever want to be put on a pedestal. And you shouldn't put these pastors on it either. Now, if his wife has reconciled this in her mind, I can't say nothing about that, because the word says what God put together, let no man put asunder. So I ain't gonna put my mouth on that, but I'm just, let this be a lesson. They are only human. They will do shit just like the regular person will do. Just because they ordained by the cloth don't mean that they right. And everybody was not called. I'm going to leave it there. It's another story one of my love things over on IG sent me about this pastor that's supposedly doing the R. Kelly on his daughters and other church members. I found a YouTube video, but I want to do that as a separate video, but since I got so many videos to do every day of leading up until the 31st, I'm going to do that in a separate video. If I don't, somebody remind me in the comment section, or if you don't get it in the next 4 days, say something, because I want to talk about that, because I'm going to go deeper than that. I'm going to piss somebody off. I sure am. Now, I want to share a story with you guys. And shout out to my love thing, my sweet thing, doll baby. I want to share a story with you guys about this guy by the name of Rick Welshey Jr., a.k.a. White Boy Rick. I found his story compelling, and I wanted to share it with you guys and render my thoughts and opinions. So follow me if you will, and I'm going to bless you at the end, okay? He is the longest serving juvenile drug offender in the history of Michigan. At the age of 14, this young boy was getting paid by Detroit police to rat out neighborhood drug dealers. At 17, someone he ratted out became suspicious and had him shot. And guess what? Detroit police abandoned him. So what did he do? He started selling drugs. For real. And in a year's time was caught, convicted, and nicknamed White Boy Rick. Let's go back to the 80s when the crack epidemic hit Detroit, like most inner city cities. What am I saying? Most inner city communities. That crack epidemic of the 80s, it ravaged that place. It made it look like a scene out of the Wild Wild West. And White Boy Rick learned from some of the most infamous criminals how to successfully run a drug dealing business. He began in the Curry organization before Kingpin John Curry and his brother Leo was sentenced to 20 years. They are currently out of jail right now. When they were sentenced, Rick moved up in the ranks and controlled much of the crack trade in Detroit's east side. It was all good until he was targeted by the DEA. They were orchestrating drug buys and doing search warrants that led to Rick's arrest. Early into his prison sentence, Rick was convicted of participating in a stolen car ring, all from behind bars. He admitted his wrongdoing in 1990 and was willing to make up for it by basically snitching. He attempted to snitch to shorten his prison time, so his info led to the conviction of corrupt police officers in the Detroit area. Remember that part where I'm telling you he accepted the charge. He was convicted for this stolen car ring while he was still in prison serving time on the drug charges. Okay, bear that in mind. His snitching led to the arrest of family and friends of Coleman Young, who was the mayor, I think, at that time. It also included this lady by the name of Cassie Volson, who Rick actually dated. She was the wife of John Curry, or girlfriend of John Curry. Keep it, y'all with me? Y'all with me? Remember, White Boy Rick, 14. They got him out here being a snitch. Somebody he snitched on find out that he done snitched and they have him shot. The police, instead of trying to protect him and find out who did it, left him hanging. So he ain't got no money, and this is a way of life now. So he begins to actually be the drug dealer. The Curry organization is where he started at. He rose up the ranks when they went to jail, the Kingpin John Curry and his brother Leo. They were sentenced to 20 years, which gave Rick the opportunity to move up and control most of the crack trade on the east side of Detroit. Early into his sentence, after he was arrested, he got convicted of a stolen car ring and offered to basically snitch to these people because that's what he know. He been doing it since he was 14. He agreed to do this with the hopes that they would give him lesser time in his sentence. His information was good because it led to the arrest of family and friends of then Mayor Coleman Young, who was mayor, to include Kathy Volson, who was actually Rick's former girlfriend that he started dating after the Currys went to prison. This man's knowledge helped bring a lot of corrupt law officials down. The mayor wasn't pleased at all. He provided information on one of Detroit's most popular cops, Gil Hill. He was a homicide detective who allegedly helped a drug dealer cover up the shooting death of a 12-year-old. He claimed to have heard the call between Hill and the killer. He said he told him everything, and unfortunately, Hill passed away in February 2016 and was never charged, but he was investigated. 29 years later, y'all, Rick, who was 48 years old, was still in prison. He tried several times to appeal the case and win a lighter sentence. Wayne County Circuit Court Dana Hathaway said that Rick deserved a new sentence because he was sentenced at age 18 under an old law. The resentencing was then denied. He, of course, was disappointed but vowed to continue to fight because, according to him, police were responsible for his path to drug dealing. Rick went on to provide until the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office Mayor Mike Dugan, who was prosecutor at the time, along with Mike Cox, who went on to become the Attorney General, were assigned to find out what Rick knew about the murders Gil Hill allegedly was covering up. Rick said he spoke to Cox 3 or 4 times about the murders. He said Cox seemed more worried about the names that would be brought up in prosecuting the murder. In 2003, all promises that had been made to this man were broken and parole was once again denied. Dugan wrote a scathing letter recommending parole be denied, so U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Collins rescinded his recommendation for White Boy Rick's release. Now they told him they had nothing. He had nothing to worry about, and to find out, in my opinion, what he know. They wanted to find out what he know to cover stuff up. This is my opinion, okay? And after they got what they wanted from him, they broke their promises. They kept that man locked up. Every promise made to him was lied. He was denied. They broke him. They lied to him. They did that to keep his ass in there because they were steady covering up more corruption and more corruption. Now at 49 years old, Rick is housed at the Reception and Medical Center State Prison in Lake Butler, Florida, after spending 3 decades behind bars in Michigan as a non-violent drug offender. He was released in April of 2017 from Oaks Correctional Facility in Michigan and booked into the Florida State Prison September of 2017. With good behavior, Rick can get that December 25th, 2020 release date moved up even further because he's supposed to be granted 6 days for every month of good behavior. He's serving Florida time for that stolen car ring. Remember, I told y'all to keep that in mind. Let me see that I have any more notes on that before I go in and let hair. Hold on. That boy was 14 years old. They had him out here snitching. When his snitching wasn't good enough no more, you see what they did to him. You know why that story? He is the longest housed prisoner in Michigan's history, and he's a non-violent drug offender. What does that say to you all? Don't that sound like some shit they was trying with Centonia Brown? See, this just goes to show you how corrupt our justice system is. There is no way that man should have been in jail that long. And now I did an update. I had updated before I started doing it this morning. I think he getting out in November 25th of 2020. I think that's what I found. I did an update, child. I be doing so much, but I think his date has been moved up to November. There is a movie or documentary. I found one here on YouTube by way of my love thing, but it's also, I think it's a full-length movie of this called The Story of White Boy Rick. I'm gonna try to find it and link it down below. But how y'all feel about that? That boy should have been out. That man should have been out of jail years ago. That man he has went from a boy to a man in that penitentiary system on a charge that should have had him out of jail after 7 to 10 years based on my research. See how the system will throw your ass away? They'll reel your ass in if it's a corrupt law system, and they'll throw your ass to the wolves. I wanted to share that because that resonated. I'm gonna go back and watch that documentary too because that really resonated with me, and it made me think Centoya Brown. It really did. I'm glad that he's about to get out of jail, but that man 49 years old now. From 18, from 17 to 48, he was housed in Michigan. The longest housed inmate on a non-violent drug offense. Now, what he doing is paying for his offense that he got when he was incarcerated for the stolen car ring. What a world we live in. Let that resonate with you a minute. Tell me what you think about it. That brings us to another bring us to an end of another edition of Fuck Shit Friday, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the subjects that I brought to you. We will be talking each and every day except for probably tomorrow and Saturday. Well, tomorrow I'll be on the road. I might be able to get you love after lockup on that Spreaker, but I'm going to try to make sure that we keep in close communication. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on the subjects that I did provide today. If you have anything you would like me to talk about, all the way up until January 31st, go ahead and send it to me, honey. And if it don't make Fuck Shit Friday, it'll make a Let's Chat on my Jumpstart January. Thank you all again for your continued support. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on these YT streets. Subscribe, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on what we talked about. Subscribe to the channel for the free 99. Hit your notification bell button so that you'll be notified when I'm around on these YouTube streets. And I will see you guys back tomorrow night or Saturday morning. Y'all have a great remainder to your Thursday. If I don't remember to say it, have a blessed and safe weekend. And I will see you guys when we come back together on camera once more and again. However this may be, because I'm going Spreaker on y'all ass for a few days. But I will be back on camera again. Thank y'all for supporting me. It means everything. Peace.